everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is another episode of Impact Thursday with Constance. Please stay tuned and enjoy. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And lastly, click on that notification bell to get more videos. Episode of Impact Thursday with Constance. My name is Constance Mako, and today I'm not alone. I'm with my guest, Dintle Zwake, who is a mining engineer by profession and also a director of a mining consulting company called Linton Consultancy. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure and an honor to have you here. And in today's topic, we'll be speaking about business. We'll be speaking about entrepreneurship and just emphasizing the importance of it. Now that we realize that in South Africa there's a high unemployment rate, so it's very important that young people, they become equipped or they cultivate the culture of entrepreneurship so that they can start their own businesses if they don't get employed after graduation. We see that people are sitting at home with their qualifications, and I believe that through this topic it can empower somebody to start their own business. So I'll start asking my first question. What is the importance of entrepreneurship or of starting a business?
Right. I think before I even get into it, this is quite an interesting topic that I think every young person must really be exposed to. And I'd say, like from what you said, that many people do sit at home and you find that the person is a mining engineer by profession and they are seated at home. I think we must come to a point where we understand that, for example, in engineering, when you go through lectures, they're actually teaching you to think more than anything. Education is more about thinking. They're giving you that tool to think, and I think that's a benefit in itself, because entrepreneurship is all about the state of mind. Entrepreneurship is more than anything the state of mind, the thinking behind whatever you do. I think the importance behind it is, the benefits that it brings. You are able to produce, to be fruitful, from a small thing. I mean, everything that we see here, it all began as an idea. And that's what, business is all about. It all begins as an idea, and how much more of someone who's a thinker, they are able to quickly see a problem and they bring a solution. That's what an entrepreneur does. You are able to spot, where gaps are, and you come in and you're able to grow that, from a small idea, and you're able to bring it up. And I think in itself it will also fulfill you to say, oh my goodness, that started as a very small idea, look at it now. It's operational, it's actually something tangible now. So I think the importance is really that, to see what you have and take it out there. There are people who have, for example, I'm making a simple example about someone who's maybe really worried about employment, and they have an oven in the house and they can bake. Why not, get a few ingredients and start baking and start selling, So there are very small things that, are already within us. And I'll say every human being, we all have that, sense of fruitfulness. We all have that small seed within us that no one else can ever, produce like you can. So it's just a matter of realizing what we have within us, and we are able to actually make use of it and not sit back and start crying, start weeping. Let's make use of the smallest of things that we have. You can bake, you can, whatever it is, there's so many things that people can start doing out there and they can go big, So the importance is really the benefits that it can bring, and actually bring something to the table.
Definitely, business is about identifying the gap in the market, and you fill it. You look at the resources that you have, and you start there. And I think already she had already touched on the benefits that come with entrepreneurship. And I just want to ask, what are those benefits? Maybe somebody is asking themselves, what are the benefits of entering business?
I think more than anything, and it's everything that we are all looking for, it will bring some income. It will produce money for you, and I think it will meet many needs. And more than anything, there will be that sense of fulfillment. Like I said, you can grow a very small idea to something tangible. something that the world can benefit from, something that can come from you. You know, you are able to also, as a person, realize your abilities. You're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I could do that, you know, and you're able to produce many other things from one thing. You're able to multiply yourself, you're able to raise other people. So the benefits are a lot. Number one, you're not working for anyone, and that in itself is, you know, you are leaving an inheritance for the generations to come behind you. You know, it's like legacy. You know, it's something that, you know, can be there, you know, in a for lifelong, you know, period, and it's something that, you know, can be used by other people as well. So yeah, business, it's more than anything something that you must go for. You know, whether you're working or not, it's really something that you must do, and it will really help you realize, you know, the abilities that you have as someone. Yeah.
No, I couldn't agree more that we all need that extra income. Whether you're working, you are a student, you know, it's important to start a business. Start small, and that extra income will go a long way. It will help you out. You can start investing into your own future, so that you don't lack at the end of the day. So I really love what she said already. And I'm thinking about you there, maybe a young person, you're still a student, you're thinking, but I don't have money where I am. Or you're even working, but you know, your finances are not that great. And you really have the desire to want to start business. Maybe you're asking yourself, how do I go about it? You know, how can I start? You know, how can you advise somebody who wants to start? They have a desire, but they feel like they don't have, you know, the finances.
Yeah, okay. So in my work in entrepreneurship, there are different kinds of entrepreneurs I've encountered, or rather, you know, people who are in the route to entrepreneurship. I think the two that I can mention is what, you know, Alon Reyes calls the waiter. And the waiter is someone who says, okay, I have an idea, but I'm waiting on, you know, someone to do something for me, or I'm waiting for a certain law to change. I'm waiting for maybe the government to do something. You know, it's someone who's really waiting on what we don't know. You know, entrepreneurship requires action, and we'll get to that. Another one is the lazy one. The lazy one is the one who will be like, okay, I have an idea, but you know, I'm still busy with this. They find every excuse they can find in the book or wherever just for them not to start. You know, and there's many others, you know, that we can speak about, but those are the really, you know, two kinds of people that I've really identified that can, you know, actually hinder you from starting. Those are the two kind of characters. So with the waiter, I will say, what are you waiting for? It's your desire. I think I like what you said, to say you have the desire. I think when you are someone and you have the desire, you know, that should be enough to actually also bring the vision inside. If I have a desire for something, it means I can see it. I want it. Therefore, what's needed now is the discipline to start. You know, that's what you need. You need the discipline to take action. And then for the lazy one, I mean, stop watching movies the whole time. How are you going to produce? And you're there, you're watching soapies, you're like, no, I'm still going out, I'm still catching up with friends, you know, I need to, you know, balance and all of that. Yes, it's good to balance, but if you really need to start, you need to take action. I think for the lazy one, I'll say, start, do the work, you know. So what I can say to that someone who's still waiting is, what are you waiting for? Perhaps, yes, it is, you know, finances, like she said, which is one of the big aspects. I'll say that there are really ideas that are there, out there, that do not really even require much for you to start. And I believe when you can step into that, you know, even start small, then you can continue to go big from that small something. I believe if you can buy, you know, some beggars during the week, you can save a lot to actually use it for what you really want and for what is really important. Sometimes we say we don't have finances, yet we actually do have finances, but we are just directing them to other parts. So once we get the discipline to start, we'll also be able to see where we can get what, you know, and you start there. You know, you don't necessarily need to start big, yeah, because you can be constrained by that, you know, finances, but you can start somewhere, and with whatever you make here, you keep going big. You understand? So it's the matter of starting. Start and do not wait, you know. And also I can say now you really want to start, you know, and you are starting but you are getting stuck, then you can even partner with people who are already there, who have already gone ahead, you know. Partner with people and people that are really, you know, going to do the work with you, and then you go big. Then maybe later on you can, you know, also explore other ideas. But what I can say is, what are you waiting for? You know, there are ideas that are out there that do not need a lot of, you know, income for you to start. Yeah.
What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? I love that. And what I've realized is that, you know, in as much as people do have the desire to want to start a business, you realize that not knowing how the business is going to do can sort of inspire fear in the heart of someone to say, what if I fail? What if it does not work? You know, you become afraid because of so many reasons that are there. You know, maybe you have your last money, you want to start, but you are afraid of failing because you're just going to lose all your money. How can somebody overcome that fear of stepping out? How can you overcome that fear so that you do it?
I'll say, I think life in itself, you know, it teaches us that there is a rise and there is a fall. In business, you are bound to fail. It's gonna happen. You will fail at some point, and you must come to that point where you appreciate that. You know, because some people, when they begin to fail, then they begin to get discouraged and even want to stop. But once you come to a point where you realize that I will definitely fail, but a soldier doesn't fail and remain there. A soldier fails and keep going, and you actually are able to learn. You know, so failing also helps you with that. You're able to learn, where did I go wrong? Did I maybe not satisfy my clients? Did I maybe make, you know, promises that I couldn't fulfill? You're able to learn. You know, you don't remain down. Failure is there to actually also make you grow up. You understand? So for you to start and not be bound in that fear, I would say realize and accept that in business you will fail, but you don't remain there. But you must learn from your failures to say, okay, why did I fail? You know, how can I learn from this? And I move forward. And I tell you, people who are great right now, who are great entrepreneurs, they will tell you that they have failed a lot of times. You know, there are certain ideas that didn't even work, but that didn't stop them. You know, so I think it's just that matter of realizing that in business you will fail, like in every other aspect, you know, of life. To say, you know, you can encounter those, you know, points where you cannot move, but don't stop there. It's actually an opportunity to actually move forward, but it also doesn't mean you must go there with the mindset of I'm gonna fail. No, you go with the mindset of I'm gonna win, but I must also expect this to happen somewhere along the way so that I do not get discouraged. I can say that.
Very important. You know, it's important to fail forward, to understand that even in your failures, you fail forward, you learn from your mistakes and you do better. So have that expectation to say that if I fail, I learn from my mistakes. It's part of the learning curve. So we must not be afraid to start because we are afraid of failing. Failure is not there to put us down, it's there for us to learn from it and to become better people in what we do, whether in business or in any area of your life. So like moving forward, you are a young woman who's in business, and I believe that you're inspiring for so many young people out there. When they look at you, you're a director of a big company, and I'm inspired myself. So can you tell us a little bit about your journey? How did you start?
Right. It's very good to meet the right people. That's what I can say, that, you know, when you are working in a certain direction, you know, you find yourself meeting the people that you're supposed to meet, that are actually going to help you grow, that are actually going to help you go up, you know. And that's why it's very important to surround yourself with the right people, be under a covering, be in a place where you can be directed, you can be led, you know, allow yourself to be led. And in that way you will meet the right people. So for me, it's actually that, you know, I met with my co-partner who was willing to invest in me and make me grow. you know, in entrepreneurship, and he's been in business for so many years, and he saw the potential, you know, and, you know, to grow me. So yeah, I thought, you know, after graduation, I'll just be, you know, in that mining engineering route, you know, work in the mines. Yes, I've done that. After graduating, I went to work underground. Yes, I worked underground. I worked in the mines, you know, under rock engineering, and it was interesting. But like I said, there are certain things that I did when I was still there as an intern that actually made me to be actually in a circle where I could meet the right people. So with that being said, I'll say it's also very important for you to take serious where you are right now. Do not say, okay, I'm waiting for myself to be at that point, but you're not even doing well in the small things that you have. Understand? So the moment you do well where you are, those things will carry you to the right place. You see? So it's very important that, you know, you may not be in the point where you want to be, but where you are now can direct you to meet those right people who can help you grow. So that was really my journey, you know, where whatever the small I had, I was able to do it well, and with that I was able to then meet the right people, you know, and the right person who was able to help me grow, you know, and is still helping me grow, and it's still raising me, and with the many other people that are also surrounding me. So that's literally my story when it comes to that.
Very important to say that, you know, it's important to give it your best where you are. Even if you're not where you want to be, where you are, give it your best, because you find that somebody else is watching, somebody else is looking.
Definitely.
Your work can be recommended because excellence does attract. So it's very important. Don't say, you know, I'm at a small place. Take very seriously what you're doing at the moment, and I tell you, your work is going to be recognized. Definitely. And you can be connected to big people.
Yeah.
True. Like our guest today.
Yeah.
Very, very important. So I think that it's also very important to share some of the challenges that you experience in business. You know, we cannot hide those. Just give people only the benefits.
Of course.
What are some of the challenges that we can expect in business?
I think, you know, what I'm gonna say, it's some stuff that are also experienced by also other people who are in business, especially when you work with clients. You know, you will meet clients who, you know, just decide not to fulfill what they need to fulfill. You know, you can do a certain service and all of a sudden the deal doesn't go off. Okay, what happened? Did I just give you my service and all of a sudden you disappear? So those are some of the things you will meet, you know, especially for people who have maybe gone ahead and they can just want to, you know, take advantage that perhaps you're still growing, or you are a lady, you know, who are you here, type of thing. So sometimes it's that, and also as a woman in mining, those are kind of the things that we also encounter, you know, and it's mainly that for us, you know, dealing with different clients and having to be able to balance and say, okay, this is the kind of client I'm dealing with, therefore I must change and become like this. This is the kind of client I'm dealing with, therefore I must become like this. And challenges are different in business. Some people will say, okay, for me and my business, that's the main challenge. But for some people in this journey, it will be really the, you know, revenue. You find that you're not really producing much, you are working at a loss, even thinking of, oh my gosh, let me just stop, I'm just working at a loss here. But you keep pushing, you know, you keep pushing, and, you know, it's really that until you actually get what you want. I mean, I've met really successful entrepreneurs before who will tell you their story to say, oh my gosh, I even needed, you know, the smallest amount and I didn't have, and all of a sudden it's here and you're able to move forward because someone just decided to actually help you and invest in that, you know. So again, it's the matter of who you meet where. Most of the times it's really that you will meet the right people, that I can promise. Like she said, excellence does attract, and just do well where you are and you'll be able to meet those people.
Very, very important. And I think we'll go to our last question, to just ask, because we are concerned about young people. We want to see the culture of entrepreneurship being cultivated in our communities. You know, what do you think, according to you, are some of the ways that we can implement in our communities in order to cultivate or, you know, to inspire young people to tap into business? You know, some of the things that we can do as people who are in the corporate space, people who are already in entrepreneurship, what can we do to inspire young people to tap in
this?
Yeah.
Right. I think one of the biggest things is exposure. Some people do not desire certain things because they've never been exposed to them.
Yeah.
You know, they don't know what's there. You know, it's like, So when I believe stuff like, you know, running workshops, maybe we are looking at rural areas, you know, having workshops there, you know, where we have such talks, where we bring business people and, you know, these young ones can begin to interact with them. I believe that can actually, you know, somehow awaken a desire. And it will also be able to make them realize that I can be an entrepreneur anywhere I am, however I am, with whatever ability I have, in my own way. You know, there is no specific pattern, but although there are principles that, you know, you can use to get to where other people got, but most of the times it's about you as a person, you know, your morals, your values, how you do things, your thinking, and all of that. So I believe, you know, being able to awaken them will actually take a lot of exposing them to these things, you know, like this, what our Constance is doing here. It's quite great, you know. So I believe stuff like that will actually make them realize. But I'll also say, you know, to other young people who can, and I would encourage to every young person, network. That's very important. You know, attend conferences, attend stuff, you know, that have people that you're actually, you know, looking up to. Attend those kind of spaces, and with that kind of interaction, you'll actually be able to also, you know, get the desire. But another big thing is read books. Read. You know, you must really read. And one thing I know about reading is you find that that person is no longer there, the writer, but whatever they wrote there, it's still alive and it's still there. And what the writer writes, it's really from deep within. And hearts speak to hearts. And when they speak from their heart, which is what you get in their book, I tell you what, there's so many things that are going to be transformed within you, and you'll be able to also gain the desire to do what they did. And it's really that you must do a lot of reading. Don't say, me, I don't like reading. Oh my gosh, just read. And once you read, you will develop more desire in that. Books are very important. Books are very important. So yeah, it's really that. Thank you.
Very, very important. Inform yourself. If you want to start a business, read business books. And to add on to that, you know, something that I've realized is that even the big people in the industry or in businesses, you realize that when you approach them, they're very kind people. Definitely. They're very kind people. When you approach them and you ask them how did they get to where they are today, they won't have a problem. I believe that they'll open up and they're always ready to assist. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Ask the people who are already there, and you realize that they can even connect you and help you to grow in what you want to do.
That's right.
Yes. Beautiful. So I think that if you have any last words for our viewers, whatever that is in your heart that you want to transmit to the viewers.
Okay. I think, like she said, you know, there are people out there who are really willing to make you grow. There are people who are willing to invest in you. But go out there, stand out, be out there, don't be in your own corner. You know, me, I'm shy, me, I'm this. Go out there and meet the right people. And one last thing I'll say to you is, you are able. You know, each one of us have something that no one else can ever do, but only you can do it. And you must actually come to realize that you actually have something to serve the world. And it's only waiting for you to be awakened.
Beautiful. I love that. You know, don't despise yourself. There's something within you that you can offer to the people or to our world. So we are waiting for you to rise up and you know, give us something. Give us something that we're going to benefit from. Don't be afraid. I have personally learned a lot from today's episode, and I encourage you that if you have any questions for our guest, may you please leave them down below in the comments section. And I believe that our guest is going to answer each and every question for us. So don't be afraid. And if you have any topics that are related to the one that we did today, you can just also leave it down below in the comment section, and we'll see how we can cover it. And we have truly come to the end of our episode, and I just want to encourage you to share this video. Share it with your friends, your families, your business partners, everyone. Let us share information and encourage somebody to start a business. If you know somebody who has been hesitant, connect them to this video so that they're encouraged as well to step out and start a business. Remember to like, share, subscribe if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, and make sure that you click on that notification bell so that you are updated when we post more videos. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yes. All right. We will see you next week, Thursday. Please make sure that you're tuned in, and from us, we love you so much.
Bye.